Hello and welcome to Output PDX, the show about business technology and creativity in the Bridge City. My name's Kevin Campbell. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Allie Magyar here, President and CEO of Hubb. Although, you just told me a second ago that titles kind of don't matter, so I'm not even sure how to introduce you.
Yeah, well, you came up with Empress earlier, so
I did come up with Empress. I don't know, does that work? Maybe you're going to be changing business cards.
Sure.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Hubb and kind of how you got started.
Sure. Well, Hubb was created from some pain that I went through early on in my career. So I've spent most of my career as a corporate meeting manager. So when you think about going to a conference or a trade show, I was always the one behind the scenes that was pulling all the information together and creating that experience for people to attend. And through that process, I found myself really overwhelmed with information. So meeting planning is one of the top 5 most stressful jobs in the US.
I saw that on your website. It's there with like firefighter and police officer. According to Forbes, top 10. I had no idea.
Yeah, crazy. And then you've got meeting planners. So that's where I spent most of my life. So as I was going through that process, I decided that I wanted to create software that made my life easier and helped me collect and manage and market all of my information for my events. So that's
excellent, excellent. And what's been the reaction of these people out there that you're now giving them a better work-life balance?
Yes. Well, with meeting planners, that's one of the favorite parts of my job is getting on the phone with them and helping them to understand that there's more to life than Excel spreadsheets and emails. So it's wonderful to see their reactions and the way that they're able to shift what they do on a day-to-day basis to bring more value.
Absolutely. And what were some of the challenges starting Hubb that you experienced?
As a startup, I think there's a lot. We have a little bit of a different story in that when we created Hubb, we were using it internally ourselves. So we created a software solution that solved a lot of the pain points that we were doing. But going from being a meeting planner to creating software is a very different process. So as we created the software, I learned what a bug meant. And for someone that's a type A personality that's used to having 100% control over everything, software was a different experience for us. But that was also a part of the benefit, was being able to tweak the software and really have a team of magic experts behind the scenes that would be able to take what we were saying to create that reality.
And you guys work really hard, it's pretty clear, but you also like to have fun. I was seeing on your YouTube pages, there were bottle rocket contest, fashion shows, mannequin challenges, sharing with the public. It was fun to see your world, but talk a little bit about the culture.
Yeah. Well, I think culture is such an important part of your day-to-day experience. I mean, we all show up to work every day, and it's a big part of who we are. And we don't believe in showing up to work and sort of checking yourself at the door and being a whole different person at work. So for us, we really want to be surrounded by other people that believe in the same core values, that believe in taking ownership over their destiny and what they do on a day-to-day basis. And there's no better way to collaborate than to have fun together and make sure that you're experiencing life as a part of a team. So for us, we balance the stressful side of getting the work done with a lot of fun at the office.
So have you hired somebody that's like your executive in charge of fun that's coming up with all these really creative?
Well, we have a creative team in general. It's been amazing. Even our developers that normally you would think wouldn't be participating or excited, they're the ones that come up with some of the most creative ideas for getting together. But we also are really lucky to have a people champion where her role within our company is really all around the culture and the people and helping us to be our best selves.
Now, building on that, correct me if I'm wrong, but you actually won a Healthiest Company Award, correct? Talk a little bit about that and how you ended up winning that and then what that means for your company.
Well, a lot of times in software, you are stuck behind a computer 10, 12, 24 hours a day. And so for us, we wanted to figure out how to create an environment that helped us to maximize our creativity and really help us to get the most amount of work done in a day. And a lot of times the trade-off comes at your health, where you just aren't able to take care of yourself. So for us, we started thinking about how could we encourage our team to be more healthy and active while they're at work, since they are here quite a lot of percentage of their time. And so we started doing things like stocking our kitchen area with healthy foods. So fast food is usually the go-to for anyone during the lunch period. But for us, we stocked it with fruits and vegetables and lean proteins and just helped encourage people to be eating healthy throughout the day. And then also brought in different trainers. So we have, if you come into our offices on Tuesdays or Wednesday nights or Thursdays, you'll see people lunging up and down our hallways with big weights. So we've got weight trainers and yoga trainers that come in several times throughout the week to make sure that people can take a break from their day and sort of get their heart pumping and their energy going.
You're going to see a lot more of me. I think I'm going to start stopping by for some of these classes. Is that going to be weird if I just show up in like my gym outfit for a yoga class?
Hey,
open door policy.
Yeah, open door.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, talk a little bit about being part of the startup community here in Portland. I mean, it seems like it's growing exponentially. Hubb is obviously getting recognition. What is it like being a part of that community?
Sure. Well, I think for so many years I was heads down, nose to the grind, just trying to grow our businesses, that I didn't really know what Portland had to offer in terms of community and how much that could benefit me as an entrepreneur. So at the beginning part of last year, I started to think about raising funds for Hubb to really help us accelerate our growth, but I had no idea where to start. And so I started by just talking to some friends who introduced me to some friends who introduced me to some people. And through that process, I've just met so many amazing groups inside of Portland where there's so much collaboration. So there's a lot of different angel groups, there's a lot of different funds, but what I've loved about that is just seeing that the true focus is on the growth of the entrepreneur and the support of the entrepreneur. And so everyone in the Portland community just works so well together to make sure that the entrepreneurs are being connected to the right people and grow their businesses in the best way.
And how did you select Portland originally when you were creating Hubb? Why Portland?
You know, Portland has always been home for me. I grew up in Seattle in early days and then have always been around the Portland area since then. And Portland for me is the perfect mix of culture and environment, of sort of laid back and casual but dedicated, and seeing the tech community really grow over the last 3 to 5 years has also been great in terms of our ability to recruit key talent to the area as well.
And I was reading some more about you, and normally at the age of 21, we're all finishing college, trying to find our way. You actually started your own company at the age of 21. Tell me about that. That's impressive.
Sure. Well, I have my dad to credit because growing up, he had me building first aid kits when I was 8 years old for 25 cents. So he sort of employed me early and really taught me what entrepreneurship meant. But at 21, I had a very strong hobby. I was into show and race cars, so like Fast and the Furious style cars. And I decided that there wasn't enough going on in the local Portland community, so I decided to start throwing my own car show. So I rounded up all my friends and took over the Clark County Fairgrounds, and that's how my first company was built.
What kind of car do you drive now? You sound like a pretty big gearhead. You're really into cars?
I am really into cars still, yeah. I have a BMW 335i twin turbo that is pretty fast. I enjoy driving it.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't park next to you. It sounds like that I'm sure you keep that very secure over in the corner, park way back in the Hubb parking lot.
No dents, nothing allowed to it.
No dents at all. Really, very, very impressive at the age of 21, creating your own company there. Really, really neat. What's the future of Hubb? Where do you see Hubb going? What's kind of your vision for the organization?
Yeah, Hubb is really focused on the content management process with events. So speakers, sessions, sponsors, things that power the event marketing. Mm-hmm. And so for Hubb, we really look at building on top of that platform with additional tools and information that help meeting planners create better value in the marketing portfolio. So for us, as we think about where the tech community in general is going and how much impact events in marketing portfolios have, we're focusing on things like AI and machine learning, of not only having the business process automation to be able to help save time and market better, but also now taking Hubb to be your strategic partner so that you can use sentiment and predictive analysis to actually create better content for events. So if you had 100 sessions turned in that you had for your event, but it could only accept 50, which 50 would you choose? And which speakers would you choose? So we're actually using AI to be able to predict information, to be able to help you create better content for those events.
Excellent, excellent. Great to know a little bit about Hubb, a little bit about you as well. I want to thank my guest, Allie Magyar here, for being on Output PDX. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.